Hi everyone, it's Kara here from Boho, and I am back today with a brand new Plan With Me video. Before I jump in today, I just wanted to talk a little bit about setting up for 2017. A lot of people have a question on whether they should switch to a brand new journal going into the new year, and I think it can go either way. I think it's all personal preference. For me, last year I was very lucky that I was finishing out my old notebook right at the end of December, and I was able to switch into a new notebook at the beginning of January. This year, not so much. I'm currently only on page 50 something in this journal out of 249, so it just didn't make sense to me to switch to a fresh notebook for the fresh year. Now, some people will recommend, even writer Carol on his website, bulletjournal.com, he recommends to have a fresh journal for a new year. But I think it's personal preference. So you do you, whatever works best for you. Don't worry about what everyone else is doing. And yeah, do your thing. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. I'm going to show you first what I've been up to in my bullet journal for the last month since you last saw it. So we're going to do a quick little flip through of December, and then we'll get into some planning. Okay, so here we are in December, and you'll see my timeline as it was. You'll see I didn't ever color this in like I was planning on. I just didn't end up having time. I had a lot this month that I didn't end up having time for. But one of the big things was actually the YouTube giveaway, and that's something I'm still planning. It's gonna unlock when I hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you haven't yet, definitely hit that subscribe button. I'm going to start promoting it elsewhere and see if we can hopefully get to that 100,000 very, very soon so that I can go ahead and unlock this giveaway for you all. I'm so excited about it. All right, after that we have my time log. You can see so far I have had both some very short days and some very, very long days this month. That's because I've been doing a lot of traveling, and I have a lot of travel coming up. As you're watching this will be Friday. I'm actually going to be on the road back to St. Louis to spend the holidays with friends and family there. And I've already done a lot of traveling this month already. I went to San Diego back at the beginning of the month. So all of my time between those travel days has been really, really long work days, trying to get orders out for the shop, trying to build up enough stock for while I'm on vacation, etc. So my time log is a bit of a chaotic mess this month. And then we have my habit tracker that's been consistently filled out. And then this is probably my favorite spread so far this month is my gratitude log. If you remember in last month's Plan With Me, I talked about how I was nervous about changing up the format of my gratitude log. Because last time I changed the format, I ended up not using it and not sticking to it. This month I changed the format and decided I was going to do kind of some hand lettering and doodles for my gratitude log, and I am absolutely in love with it. So I'm happy that I took the risk to switch it up again, and yeah, it's my favorite spread. All right, after that we have my first weekly log. This is that self-care tracker that I was telling you about last month. This is what one looks like all filled out. It's really neat to see the correlation between different activities for me. For example, my mood and my activity or fitness on a certain day always correlates. It's so funny. At the end of the day when I sit down, I'm like, I was in a great mood today. Oh, that's because I worked out really hard today. So it's really neat to see that correlation, and I think I'm going to keep this for quite some time. I've got a bunch of daily pages. This right here, y'all, is, okay, I know I said the gratitude log was my favorite. Can I have two favorites? This is going to be my second favorite for the month of December. This is called a mood mandala, and Fiona over at Bujo Mama, this is her Instagram username for those of you curious, she posted a mood mandala that she did for the month of November, and I fell in love. As soon as I saw it, I knew that I wanted to do one of my own, so I came into my journal and I set this up. And the way it works is I have all these different colors for different moods, and then I drew out I don't know if you can really see the pencil lines on video, but I drew out a bunch of concentric circles, actually 31 of them, one for each day, and drew my lines through. I don't know if you can see it with pencil. If you're curious about how to set up and how to draw a mandala, definitely check out my How to Draw a Mandala video. That should help you a lot. But yeah, so I set it up, and then every day I come in and I color in one ring based on my mood. And then when I have enough colored in, I go in and I kind of draw the mandala in over top. So at the end of the month, I'm going to have a very, very colorful mandala. Is kind of a record of my moods throughout the month. So I really, really like that. All right, after that we have another weekly spread. You'll see this week I actually didn't get a whole lot done because I went to San Diego. So you'll see here I have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. The last thing I wrote was have fun in San Diego, and then nothing. So I have a little blank space there, but that's okay. Then I have a ton of notes that I took during the event. Those are all over the next few pages. And then I have my travel day back home. So you'll see basically that whole 6 days that I was in San Diego, I didn't keep any daily logs or anything like that. I just enjoyed the event. All right, after that this was kind of me brainstorming an itinerary for our Bali trip, which I'm very, very excited about in January. This is where I was writing down everything that I picked up in San Diego, what shops we went to, what we ate. And then this page I have kind of blocked off because that's our actual physical itinerary for when we go to Bali, so I didn't want to show that off. Then we've got some more daily pages. All right, and then after that, these are some ideas of things to do in Bali. I still have to finish filling this out, and then after we get home, I want to fill out this page so that it's right next to it so I can show where we went. Another weekly spread, and you will see here I've got my self-care tracker going as well. I need to fill that out for today, actually. I've got another daily page. I've got a ton of podcast interviews coming up in January, y'all. I can't wait. I'm so excited about these. All right, and then I started a new section here for quotes to letter. And every now and then I come across quotes that I really, really like that are short and sweet that would really lend themselves to brush lettering. So I decided to keep a running list here. So whenever I feel like lettering a quote or attempting to letter a quote, because I'm not that good yet, I can go back to this list and kind of check it out. And I did this header actually with a brush pen. So this is the Tombow dual brush pen. It's number 603 for those of you that like to know that sort of thing. But I've been kind of practicing and learning brush lettering as I go. So I felt I was doing good enough to where I could do a header, and I really like how it turned out. After that, I have some brainstorming for a handwriting course that I'm going to be launching sometime in the spring next year. So I've got some brainstorming there, and then my current set of daily pages. This is my day and the to-do list that I'm working off of right now. And then we have my 2016 in review spread. And this is something I started last night, and I really wanted to brainstorm and really think about all the things that I accomplished this year. So that's what this left-hand side of the page is. I know there's a lot more little things that I could have added here, but I wanted to highlight kind of the major moments in my year and everything that I accomplished. So that's on the left-hand side. And then on the right-hand side, I did kind of a little mini review like I did in my mid-year review, and I asked questions like, what am I the most proud of this year? What could have been better? My favorite memories for this year, and then what can I do to build on my success in the next year? So I kind of brainstormed and thought about those questions and wrote down some answers there. And that's it. I've left a couple of blank spreads for the rest of the month. I'm not sure how much I'm going to be writing in my bullet journal, to be honest, for the next few days, because we're going to be traveling tomorrow, or today when you're watching this, and then after that we're going to go right into the Christmas season, so I probably won't really touch my bullet journal a whole lot until after Christmas. So I've got these 2 blank spreads for anything that comes up, and then I've got my Hello 2017 page. I posted this page on Instagram a couple of days ago, and people went gaga over it. How this came about is I was actually trying to think of a word of the year. Last year, my word of the year was energy, and I feel like I really lived up to that. I was going all year long. This year, I'm still torn. I'm still not sure what my focus, what my word of the year is going to be that's going to kind of guide me through my year. So I was sitting down, I wrote out the Hello 2017. I was trying to decide how I was going to decorate the page, and I was like, why don't I just write down a bunch of words that inspire me? So that's what I did, and that's how this page came about. For those of you in the Boho Berry tribe, I do have this as a free printable in the tribe resource library now. So if you're interested in printing this out, someone made a suggestion to, once I decide on my word of the year, to color that particular word in. I think that's an awesome idea. So yeah, if you want this printable and you're a member of the tribe, you can log into the resource library and download it today. If you're not a member of the tribe yet, you can sign up. I'll post a link. And then the next thing that I have already filled out is my big goals for 2017. And I don't have all of them filled out yet, but I wanted to go ahead and set this up beforehand so I could kind of show you my thought process going through this. I wanted to do quarterly goals. I knew that going in, so I divided my page into 4, and then I decided what goals I want to accomplish in each quarter. And you'll see I haven't made it to quarter 3 and quarter 4 yet. I just wanted to start filling this out to give you an idea. And then for quarter 1, on the very next page, I'm writing down all of my action steps. So everything I need to do in the first quarter of the year to accomplish these 5 goals, or however many I end up with. I might do a couple more. Those will all go on this page. And then once I hit quarter 2, once April comes around, I'm gonna set up a new action steps page for my goals in quarter 2. So for now, I'm just gonna have quarter 1. That's all I'm focusing on. I wanna make sure that I hit my goals in quarter 1. And then I do have a couple of action steps that relate to, for example, my handwriting course, because I wanna launch that kind of at the beginning of April. So I do need to take some action on that beforehand, obviously. So yeah, that's my process of laying out my goals and how I'm gonna get there for 2017. And then after that, I'm just gonna go straight into setting up for January. So let's do it. All right, so that is it. Short and simple this month. You'll notice a couple things missing here. I still need to put my habit tracker here. I just need to print one off and slap it in. I do have the habit trackers for January up in the Tribe Resource Library as well, for those of you curious. So that's up. Kept this really, really simple. I'll probably come back in and do a little 2017 here, and then write in birthdays, anniversaries, things like that that I may have missed. And then my master task list, I'm actually going to pull most of it from my action steps. So I'm going to see what needs to be done in January. So my blog redesign is a big one in January, and then getting back on a consistent posting schedule on my blog and YouTube is a big one for me in January. So I'll pull action steps from this list for January, and then anything else that I need to take care of will go here as well. And then after that, I have my time log all set up, and you'll see it's identical to last month's. I was actually worried last month about how I would like it all scrunched up, if that makes sense. My older time logs were actually a 2-page spread, and they were every other line, and it was very organized and pretty. This is all scrunched up, and it's just kind of scribbled in color, and I actually really like the way that it looks, and I like that I can compare more easily day to day since they're right next to each other. So I'm keeping it identical this month, my time log. And then you'll see here my December tracker. That's where my January tracker is going to go here. And then my gratitude log, plain and simple. And I'm going to do the gratitude log the exact same way that I did in December because I absolutely loved it. And then I'm also going to come in here and set up my mood mandala page for the month of January. And I'm actually working on a printable. I talked to Fiona at Bujo Mama. She's the one that came up with the mood mandala. And I asked her if she wouldn't mind me making a free printable for everyone of kind of the skeleton of the mandala for the month, because it's really hard to find a mandala that has so many layers. I mean, January has 31 days just like December. So I think what I'm going to do is actually create a printable of this that we can put into our journals and make it a little bit easier every month instead of having to draw out all of those circles. So that's something I'm definitely working on. So that's why I didn't draw it in yet. I'm thinking about the possibility of just using that printable and putting it in here. So yeah, that is my January setup, short and sweet. I hope you enjoyed taking a look through my bullet journal for the month of December, and I will look forward to seeing you all back here very, very soon.